One Piece chapter 578. You guys already know what I'm smiling like this for. So, you got this dude Law, right? I was already kind of liking Law to begin with, because like when he was at the auction hall and everything, he gave one, I think it was Kid, he just gave him the middle finger. And I was just like, I like this guy right here. So, let me get this straight. Oh shit. Let me get this straight. So, Buggy on a fluke saves Luffy. Jinbe passes out. Luffy almost got hit in the heart by Akainu with the same attack that kills Ace. A submarine pops up out of nowhere, okay? And we know that Law had left from watching earlier, okay? We know that that happened, but we didn't know where he was going. So Law shows up and he says, like, get Straw Hat over here. I'm a doctor. And I'm like, oh shit. I thought Luffy was going to meet back up with Chopper. Luffy got an ally. I know he said like later on in the future they might become enemies or whatnot, but you know, fate brought them here. See, this is my thing, okay? I'm just saying for the longest. For the longest. Since I want to say like Baroque Works first got introduced, I was just like, Luffy's gonna need allies on the Grand Line. Got one. Right coming into the New World. Oh man, this is so hot right here. This is so hot. I love this, and it's big for character interaction because it gives us an opportunity, I feel, to explore one of the rookies who has the most personality. Maybe I'm a little biased because of that smug, arrogant nature that Law displayed or whatnot, and maybe that plays a bit into it. Maybe it's because he's got Panda Man on his crew, but I like the fact that Law shows up right when he did. And what's really interesting about this is it's just showing you that, you know, it's got that Luffy effect. You know, Luffy makes people want to help him, makes people want to believe in him. And that was one of the themes that kept kind of reoccurring all throughout this chapter. Because one of the things you catch is that Akainu is saying, who would think that you Whitebeard pirates would be standing together in unity over something? Meanwhile, Crocodile is lined up with the Whitebeard pirates, the crew that had the person whose head he wanted to take off. And Crocodile even helped Luffy escape because he tells Jinbe, like, hey, if you're going to protect something, do it right and do it all the way. And it's because he goes through and he saves Luffy from Akainu when Jinbei's about to get his ass turned into sushi. So I like what I'm seeing here because when they stand up to Akainu, they tell him, they say, could it be that you just want to kill the son of Dragon, not because he's the son of Dragon, but because in him you see the very thing that unites us. You see the very thing that you fear. He's going to bring in a new pirate age and we're going to usher him towards it. We're going to push him through there. I thought that that was very beautiful. It's something that you've seen all throughout One Piece where, you know, Luffy has his moments and he meets people like Vivi and changes her. Meets people like Nami who shows one side and all of a sudden he finds out the true meaning of what happened to her. Finds out her backstory, no questions asked, walks into Arlong Park and just knocks the hell out of Arlong. It's still my favorite moment so far in One Piece where Nami looks up at him and says, Luffy, help me. Luffy puts that hat on her head, takes that knife out of her hand, goes in there, says, are you Arlong? And then knocks the hell out of him. Like, it's just showing you a progression with this character. And I like what I'm seeing here. Yes, Luffy's front and center, but he ain't saying shit. And I know somebody's going to get pissed off on that. Like, no, Luffy says some stupid shit. And there's times where he talks and I feel like he's just there to take up space on the panel. I'm like, you're not really adding anything right now. I'd rather focus on some of the other Straw Hats. But Oda is solving this by saying, I'm not going to pull Luffy completely out the picture, but I'm not going to have him say anything. He's relying on other people. He's clearly outclassed. This is Oda's way of saying, like, yeah, his brother was there. His brother is out the picture. You were saying he doesn't really belong. I kind of knew he didn't belong. well, his reason for being there is no longer there, so let me just remove Luffy from the picture while actually having him physically there. Now, that's nice. That's nice. That's actually poetic. So I like what I'm seeing on that part. That's actually really poetic. Luffy's main reason for being there is no longer alive. Luffy shuts down mentally. He's having to rely on other people. In a sense, he's basically a spectator in all this. So I like what I'm seeing on that part. And I like how when Buggy accidentally saves Luffy, he's just like, what are you doing here? Wait, who are you calling Red Nose? It's like Oda is injecting the humor and everything. And maybe in a chapter like this, you could say humor wasn't really called for, but I've gotten so used to the way that this guy writes. You know, he hits you with the heavy hand, hits you with the soft hand, hits you with the heavy moments, hits you with the humor. So I like what I'm seeing on that, and I like how the whole thing with the admirals is like Oda is just building it up, showing like, look, these admirals are nothing to play with. They're working in unison, but what's really scaring me is the fact that we saw two of the admirals. We didn't see Kizaru. Like, Kizaru's fast as hell, so I'm assuming he's zipping around somewhere or he's recharging his batteries. I'm not sure what's going on there, but at the same time, while all this is going on, Sengoku shows up, and he and he and Blackbeard are just going at it, and Blackbeard is using Whitebeard's devil fruit, and he's trying to just tear down all of Marineford, and he says like, hey, these walls of justice are falling. I'm going to take over the world. I'm going to rule everything. I'm going to start by destroying Marineford. Everyone's just freaking out. Like, he started this war by, handing over Ace. Now he's doing this. He's betrayed the world government. What's going on? Actually a bit brilliant. He played both sides of the fence. He had his end game. He's got Whitebeard's devil fruit powers. He basically stabbed Whitebeard in the back at the very last second. I have no doubt that if his strength didn't fade, Whitebeard would have killed him, but he played that whole thing with the emotion by saying, you're not going to kill one of your sons, are you? So I think in that moment, whatever strength Whitebeard had was gone. And so I like what I'm seeing here, and I like how you have these two kind of get into it, and just the resounding amount of tension that is in their fight. And you have, once again, Sengoku saying, you pirates are not going to get away with this. People expect us to protect them from evildoers like you. And it just shows you the contrast, because pirates are supposed to be bad. And you got bad pirates and people like Blackbeard. But you also have like the anomalies like Luffy. And because we're following Luffy's crew, we're missing the fact that, or it's easy to overlook the fact that a lot of these guys are pillaging and they're doing all this devious stuff, and Luffy is just an adventurer. So I mean, this is interesting. This is interesting. You have a clash of ideals and clash of wills, and you don't have Luffy out there barking, running his mouth and everything. Really interested. I can't wait to see where this whole thing with Law is going, because I don't think Luffy's the type to stay indebted to somebody for very long. And if, given the way Oda's writing, I could see this potentially being something that kind of comes back where Luffy's got to help out Law in order to pay back something, you know, because he's going to heal him. But my chapter question to you guys is, out of each of these moments that happen, these three different arcs where you have Jinbe running away from Akainu, you have the admirals fighting against, you have Kizaru fighting against the commanders and the Whitebeard Pirates, and then you have the whole thing with Law showing up in the end. What was your favorite moment? Or was it the whole thing with Blackbeard versus Sengoku? And why was it your favorite moment? But, as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Have an awesome day, guys.